Hi, Nicole. Victoria here. I'm so sorry to hear that you are sick with COVID, and I hope that you have a speedy recovery. And I hope this yoga practice helps you with your lung health and feeling better soon. Prayers to you and your family. So, just real quickly, just wanted to explain that this is going to be a yin practice. The focus is on long, deep held poses to help you relax and to just allow your body to open. And we'll be starting off with a breathing exercise. I don't know how well you can breathe right now, but this does help increase your lung capacity and helps get rid of toxins and blockages in the lungs. Yin Yoga and Chinese medicine go hand in hand. So I will be talking to you about the meridians in the body too, which are the energy pathways in the body. When you go to an acupuncturist and get the needles put into your skin, they are tapping into the meridians of the body to help release blockages and promote a healthier and more supple energy flow in the body. So the lung meridian is right here up in the shoulders. It connects, it's like the collarbone and then where the shoulder connect, and comes all the way down the arm, through the thumb, the outside of the thumb, all the way to the tip of the thumb. So this is the lung meridian here and over here. So connecting just up into the shoulder joint area, all the way down the inside of the arm in line with the thumb, all the way up through the thumb to the tip of each thumb. So we'll be stretching out this whole meridian area today, and also just opening up the lungs and the chest, also the back of the upper back and the lungs too. We're going to start with a breathing exercise. You can do this lying down or seated, and you can sit on a blanket, a pillow, whatever you need. I do have a yoga mat, some blocks, a foam roller, and a bolster. You can also use a pillow, and you don't have to have all these props, but I just have them here in case you do, just some things that you can do with them, and I'll show you throughout the practice. We're going to come into a breathing exercise right now called Kumbhaka. It's breath retention, so holding your breath. And then after the inhale, and then also after the exhale. But first, we're going to just start with the beginning of the practice by holding the breath after each inhale. Before we begin any breathing exercise in yoga, we want to cleanse the breath first. So let's go ahead and just come to a comfortable seat as we begin this breathing meditation practice. Close your eyes. Sit up tall or just lie down and feel your body begin to align. So just feel your shoulders in line with your hips, your jawline over the shoulders. If you're lying down, this should all naturally be happening anyways. But if you're laying down, just make sure your head is not on a pillow. You want the whole spine to just be straight and as fluid as possible, in perfect alignment, so to speak. So as you sit, there's a natural curve in your spine in two places, the neck and your lower back. So you can just gently tilt the pelvis and then draw your chin in towards your throat so that the neck becomes a little bit more aligned and that curve comes out. Let's take a deep, full breath in through your nose, all the way down into your belly. Open your mouth, let it all come out. We'll do that 2 more times. Breathe in through your nose, all the way down the length of your spine. Open your mouth, let it all come out. If you can't breathe through your nose, that's okay. Breathe in through your mouth. And let it all come out. Ideally, you want to try to breathe in and out through your nose. But if you're congested, then don't even do this breathing exercise. But if you are able to do it, then It's here for you whenever you're ready. So we're going to start with a 4 count breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold your breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold your breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to continue this breath, and you're going to hold longer now on the hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can see if you can continue inhaling and hold maybe for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And now just breathe normally, in and out through the nose. In the traditional practice of yoga, all breathing is done through the nose, as this makes your breath more powerful, inviting more prana, energy, into the body. So just notice how that breathing exercise affected your body so far in your mind, and just notice any changes that have occurred just from simply breathing with more awareness and with this kumbhaka breath, just this holding. So the holding is literally containing the energy that you breathe in from the outside world into your body, purifying the air as you breathe in through your nose and purifying it as you exhale out. The deeper that you learn how to breathe in the lungs, the more lung capacity you will have, and the more stagnant energy you'll get out of the bottom of your lungs, where energy and toxins like to hang out. So we'll blink the eyes open and prepare now for the Yin Yoga practice. We'll be holding poses 3 to 5 minutes today. We're going to start off in a seated straddle pose. The idea in Yin is to compress and then open. So to fold and then expand. And this helps with detoxing and cleansing of the body. We're going to start off in a wide seated straddle pose. Opening the legs. You don't want to open the legs all the way out to where you know that you can go. You want to just come at first into about 50% of your flexibility. So opening the legs up, let's go ahead and grab a bolster or a pillow. You may or may not need this. So we'll start off with the bolster up pretty high, and just rest your forehead down onto the bolster, arms down by your side. If you feel like you can go a little bit deeper, then just lower the bolster or your pillow down a little bit more and take your forehead down onto the bolster. You don't even need a bolster if you don't want to. So you can also just allow gravity and your breath to take you down into the pose as you go. So the two options is being supported on your journey down. Second option is no support. You're just letting breath and gravity take you down deeper into the pose. Here we go. So allow your body to just come into whatever place you want to come. Remember, we're going to start off 50% flexibility. Don't go right into the space where you know you can go. So we're going to start off nice and slow. There's no rush getting into the pose. So taking your time, breathing in and out through your nose. Typically, yin is practiced with the eyes closed. This is a quiet, contemplative, meditative practice of listening, observing, being quiet, and yielding, allowing. That's the essence of yin. So we've been here for about a minute already. You can go ahead and come down a little bit deeper if you want to. Here you can let the toes just kind of roll forward as you work into your lower back. And option is you can round your upper back as you bow forward, or you can lengthen your spine. Whichever variation feels good to you is what's important. Breathing in and out through your nose. Once we get established into the pose, then we hold for time. So a minimum of 2 minutes in the yin practice. We're holding this one for 3 minutes. And then once we find the place where we can hold and just be still, then that is the essence also of yin, is stillness. The 3 main principles of yin is allowing yourself to just journey into the pose, get yourself situated, holding for time is the second principle, and then the third is stillness. We're going to be here for 3 more breaths. Final breath. Yin is moving slow, so walk your hands slowly in towards yourself, keeping the eyes closed if you like, and just propping yourself back up to a seat. We're just going to take a moment here to just notice the effects of that pose in your body, continuing to breathe in and out through your nose if you're able to. If not, just opening the mouth and breathing through the mouth is just fine when you're sick. And we'll blink the eyes open and slowly draw the knees in towards each other. We're going to do a little bit of hip work now, half shoelace pose, crossing your left knee over the right knee. Pull your left foot back towards your outer right hip as much as you can. Option is to come back to your pillow here and just place it on your top knee and rest your forehead down onto your pillow or bolster. And you may not even want a bolster, and you're just going to allow gravity and your breath to take you down into the pose here as we release the lower back. As I practice yin, I like to say a mantra, a repetition of words. Breathing in, I create space. Breathing out, I allow my body to soften into the space. So each inhale, I'm creating more space. Every exhale, I'm letting go. And so you can create your own personal mantra here. We'll hold this for 2 minutes. The lungs carry oxygen into your kidneys. The kidneys help detox the body. So here we open up the kidney meridian that's attached to the lungs, simultaneously opening up through your hips, compressing into the low belly, and stretching out your spine and the back of the lungs. In Yin, there's no pulling or yanking with the hands, so we keep the hands free. The head hangs heavy, the eyes stay closed, keeping your focus inward. Three more breaths here. And slowly drag your hands back in towards you. Just let them slide out on the ground as you roll your spine up to seated. So we were compressing here in this inner groin. Now we're going to open and pull your right heel in towards your pelvis and open your left leg now out to the side. If you're super tight here in the right side, take your pillow or bolster and rest your forearm up high. Inhale, we'll reach the right arm all the way up over your head. Here we now stretch into the lung meridian, simultaneously opening up your right lung. If you're able to, you can pull your wrist over towards your left foot, the left wrist pulling over towards the left foot on the bolster. Remember, we're just starting off nice and easy. Few breaths. If you feel like you can go deeper, then you can lower your bolster. You want to keep both sit bones grounded on the surface upon which you're sitting, whether it's your bed or the ground. And it's okay in this Yin practice to kind of roll forward here, but you can also open up and lean back. So if you feel like you want to open up, then move your bolster to the outside of the leg. And this will promote more opening. But do whatever feels good for you. That's the important part of this practice. If pulling your arm becomes too strenuous, you can always just relax your arm over your head. Drape it. Bend your bottom elbow, the left elbow, and rest your head into your hands. And we're coming up on 2 minutes here. We're going to hold for a whole nother minute. Stretching out all the intercostal muscles here in the rib cage. Compressing a little bit into the left kidney area. Opening the right kidney, the right lung. And if holding these poses is too long for you, just come out whenever you need to. And you can just sit or lie quietly, just breathing, making sure you're taking time to receive. 3 more breaths here. And we'll lift the right arm back up, down by your right hip. Release your head. Just let your head hang. And slowly slide your left arm back up the bolster as you come up to seated. That was a really deep stretch here. You want to come up nice and slow. Most injuries happen coming out of the poses. So take it nice and easy, nice and slow. Deep breaths here. And we're just going to turn the head from side to side, chin over your left shoulder, and then chin over your right shoulder. You can do that a few times, just awakening through your neck. And then come back to center. We're going to do all that on the other side now. Both legs forward, just give them a little shake and a bounce. And now cross your right knee over your left knee. Pull your right foot back over here towards your left hip. Sometimes I like to pick my butt up and then set it back down just to get everything as compacted as I can. Your right hip might be different than your left hip. Start off nice and easy, bolster right here. After a few breaths, maybe get rid of the bolster and just let gravity and your breath take you deeper into your pose, into the body. Notice where your breath is getting stuck. And just do the inner work to get the breath unstuck. Just by becoming aware of where your breath gets stuck, it'll become unstuck. Taking the breath deeper beyond the place that you've been breathing into. Allow the breath to land in deeper places in the body. We'll be here for one more minute. That's about 6 to 8 breaths in the yogi world. As you begin to relax your body, you'll notice just how stressed you really are, because that's how humans operate. Like, we don't even realize how stressed we are until we try to relax. As we hold these yin poses, watch the body, feel the body. As we try to let go in one area, notice where you clench up in other areas. 3 more breaths here. On the next inhale, begin to drag your hands back in towards you, rolling your spine up and coming up to seated. Keep the eyes closed. Notice the effects of the pose in your body, the breath in your body. Blink your eyes open. Open your right leg out to the right. Pull your left heel in towards your pelvis. At any time, if your hips are tight, that's what blocks are for, is to just support your leg. So that some people are so tight their knee is up here and they need some support to relax the lower back and their hips. Here we'll journey over into this pose, this lateral pose, to open up through your side body and the lung meridian. You can start off nice and easy. My yoga teacher calls Yin Yoga like the Goldilocks
practice. You want to find just right. You also want to kind of play your edge because this is how we grow and open. So once you find your edge and breathe into it, then it'll change because you've let go. Here, your right hand can grab onto your left wrist. And again, if you want, you can move the bolster or pillow back behind the leg. What feels good on one side might not feel good on the other side. And if it becomes too strenuous in your neck or in your body, just rest your head into your right hand. Just drape your left arm over your head. Take your breath all the way down into your hips, out into your toes. And on the exhale, just try to relax. Let go of any holding. I'm just going to be quiet and breathe. You can breathe together here. 8 more breaths. On the next inhale, lift your left arm all the way up and back towards your left hip. Release your head out of your right hand. Let the head hang and slowly drag your right arm back in towards you, up the bolster, just stacking one vertebra at a time, nice and easy. Deep breaths here as we just receive the benefits of that deep lateral side stretch pose. Let's blink the eyes open. Extend both legs forward. Little leg bounce. Lean back into your hands and bend your knees. Open your feet up about hip width apart. Inhale, drop your knees to the right. Exhale, drop your knees over to the left. A few times just like this. It's believed that we have lots of pent-up energy in the base of the spine. So we just helped release all of that with these hip openers and that deep forward fold. Now we're going to work the energy up the spine in one of the best yoga poses for your lungs called supported fish pose. Here you want to grab your pillows, and place it right behind you. The bottom of the bolster is where you're going to align it where your bra strap would be. So about mid-back, right behind the bottom part of the lungs. Bolster is going to be a lot easier here and more gentle. Legs extend straight out. Turning the palms up is very important here so that the shoulders open and move back. And I'll just show you. So when my palms are forward, this creates rounded forward shoulders, palms up, opens up. So this one helps support your head and from the mid-back all the way up. If you have a foam roller and want to take this even deeper, then you will place the foam roller long ways, not vertical, but horizontal, right where the bra strap would be, and leaning the upper body all the way up over, head hangs. This is the yin, the deepest yin variation. This is where you're working up to eventually one day. So this deep, hanging the head back helps to deepen the back bend in the thoracic spine, the upper spine area where the lungs are situated. And we're going to be holding this pose for 5 minutes. You can start off by placing a block underneath your head if you're in supported fish. So this is starting off at 50% flexibility. And then you can lower the block behind you. If you don't have a block, you can use a book or a folded up blanket, just changing the levels of support underneath your head. And eventually the head just relaxes very gently onto the earth. So the top of the head eventually is resting. That's the goal. Chin points down towards the ground. Here we stretch the lung meridians as the arms open and stretch out to the side, palms facing up, stretching from the shoulder joint out into the fingers, opening across your collarbone, breathing here deeply in and out through the nose if you're able to. It takes a moment, about 2 minutes, to really just let your bolster or the foam roller come up into your body instead of your body resisting the bolster or the foam roller. That's the work, is just first allowing the body to let the bolster and the foam roller in, letting the breath come all the way in. You might need to move around and modify where the foam roller is, where the bolster is, to get into that just right supported fish pose. And your breath is like water, permeating through your skin, through all of your organs, through all the layers of the body, also known as the koshas. It's believed in the yoga practice that we have 5 koshas. We have the physical body, the outer sheath. This is where we let the bolster and the foam roller into the body. And then we have the organ body. the lungs, stomach, spleen, the liver, pancreas, the appendix, the diaphragm, the heart, your lower, the smaller and large intestine, the bladder, your kidneys, the adrenal glands. And then the emotional body. It's believed that we hold our emotions in the organs. And the way we get into these deeper areas of the body is through time, just holding these poses, letting the breath go into these areas, which is the energy body, the third kosha. So we have the physical, and then we have the organ body, the prana body, the energy body, and then even deeper into the bones, the ligaments, the tendons, the fascia. And then the fifth is the bliss body, located in the heart. So just working our way into all these layers, into the bliss. You're going to slowly begin to slide your feet in, bending through your knees. If you're on a foam roller, you're simply just going to roll over onto your right side here, the right rib cage, keeping your knees bent, laying your head on your right arm. The left arm reaches over like we did in that lateral stretch, then extending your left leg long. If you're on a bolster, you're going to have to come over into a fetal position or on a pillow and just situate your your pillow or your bolster. So I'll show you. So if you were in supported fish pose with the bolster or your pillow, then you'll have to come off laying into a fetal position and then coming up to situate now the bolster or your pillow. You can start off high, like so, or come down lower. Whatever variation feels best for you and your body. We'll be here for 2 minutes, opening up through the left lung, stretching out into the intercostal muscles, which get tight when our lungs are suffering, when they're struggling. They pull on the energy of anything that's around the area. So the intercostal muscles connect up into the ribs, attaching to the lungs, the heart, and then the meridian, the energy highway, attached to the kidneys. Relax your head, soften your jaw, soften your tongue. Keep your eyes closed. Enjoy your breath. Visualize your lungs opening and expanding with each inhale, relaxing, receiving the breath on the exhale. We're here for 3 more breaths. You can simply just roll over the bolster, the foam roller, and now come over to the other side. You want to make sure that the bolster, the pillow, or the foam roller is underneath your armpit, your left armpit. So it's hooking up and over. Your left shoulder is over the bolster, the foam roller. Right arm reaches over your head at first. Coming into this at 50% flexibility. And then extending the right leg long whenever you're ready. Two minutes here. It's about 16 breath cycles. A meditation is to count your breath. We're here for 12 more. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. Long, slow, deep breaths. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Here now, you're going to come off of the bolster onto your belly. Just moving it out of the way. Onto your belly. Resting your head, one hand on top of each other. Rest your forehead onto your hand. Elbows out to the side. Pigeon toe your feet, toes in, heels out. And just relax all efforts. Just let go completely. Breathe your belly against the ground to massage out your internal organs. This also helps massage your lower back. Neutralizing out your neck after fish pose. And all those side bends. Check in and just see how your body's feeling, your lungs, the upper back, behind the lungs. Here now we'll come into a gentle back bend, Sphinx pose. So just place your elbows underneath your shoulders, but then slide them forward about an inch or two. We're going to keep the ribs connected to the ground here in this gentle yin back bend. Eyes closed. You can keep your head neutral or just drop your chin to your throat, releasing your neck, the trapezius muscle that connects your neck to your shoulders. Deep breaths all the way down the length of your spine. Focus on relaxing your stomach with each exhale. And then if you want to go deeper, just bring the elbows in a little bit closer underneath the shoulders, not too far back. Just gently increasing the back bend. Head hangs or is neutral. Here we open the lungs and compress the kidney area, the kidney band. Option to go a little bit deeper is to lift your head and come into seal pose. So opening your arms out like a V and lifting your elbows up. And then you'll walk like a seal does on its flippers, just bringing your hands in closer, lifting your chest up. So your hands are wider than your hips, wider than your shoulders, stretching out the abdominal area here. The rectus abdominis, the muscles of the six-pack that give you the six-pack in your belly. Much deeper compression into the lower back, the kidneys, opening up more through your chest, lifting your chin up towards the sky, open up your throat. Big breath in, and then on the exhale, just slowly slide your hands back out. Take a moment to do that. Come back onto your elbows. And now we're going to release the back. Slide your hands in next to your chest and just gently push yourself up and back into child's pose here. Option in child's pose is to have your knees together and lay your belly over your thighs, stretching your arms forward. The head comes all the way down. Option 2, open your knees up wide and let your belly rest inside your inner thighs. You can also take your hands back towards your feet. And here, we'll be here for about 3 minutes. Surrendering, yielding, breathing in to create more space in the back side of your spine, the back part of the lungs, and then exhale, softening as we fold in the hips, fold in the knees. If this causes excess congestion, this because it's kind of a forward fold, A way to modify is to bring your bolster or a pillow inside of your knees and just rest one cheek. And then after a minute and a half, I'll let you know and you'll rest the other cheek. This is a way just to modify. Might feel good when you're sick. I know it does. This variation might feel better. When we're sick, our body is more tight than usual. So it's even more important to just take it easy and be gentle. And you can switch your cheek to the other side if you're resting on the bolster or pillow. I like to be quiet in this pose, as it's a pose of just surrendering and letting go of all expectations, just being open to receive. Three more breaths here. We'll slide the hands in next to your face. Forehead is on the bolster or the ground. And the next inhale lifts you up. Taking a moment to pause. Walk your hands forward. Curl your toes under and just take a moment to sit on your toes. All meridians and nadis, all these energy pathways can also be located in our feet. So just stretching at the bottom of the feet here. If this hurts, you don't have to do it. It's really good to do every day. Healthy ankles, healthy toes, healthy feet. Our feet do so much for us walking around all day, supporting our posture. And then whenever you're ready, you can come off and just give them a little pitter patter, a little vibration there. Next, we'll be coming into what's called heart opening pose. Here you want to keep your hips right over your knees. We're going to just slide the arms forward. It's also known as puppy pose. So it's like a modified downward dog. Resting your forehead or your chin on the earth. Melting your heart towards the ground. 2 minutes. This is a very powerful heart opener, increasing the energy, the expansion in your lungs here with your breath. Try to breathe in and out through your nose if you're able to. If not, that's perfectly fine. Traditionally, all yoga is practiced with the nose only, as I mentioned earlier, making the breath more controlled and more powerful. Prana is breath, is life force. Pranayama is one path of yoga out of the 8 paths. So yama means expansion, extension. So we're expanding our breath, expanding this life energy into the body, around the body, and through the body. Through all those layers, all the 5 koshas, the physical body, the organ body, the emotional body, the skeletal body, and into the bliss body. We also stretch here the lung meridian. You should feel this. The shoulders down into the arms, out through the thumbs, stretching the fingers out nice and wide. Three more breaths here. Come out if you need to, or even back off if you need to in any of these poses. So we're going to come forward back into Sphinx pose here. Nice and gently. One hand on top of the other, elbows out. Forehead rests back down onto the hands. Pigeon toe your feet to release your lower back. 6 breaths here. Notice the effects of that deep heart opener in the chest and the upper back. Maybe you're feeling sensations in other places in your body. We'll open a little bit deeper now into the lung meridian and along the arm. We'll stretch the left arm out to the left, right in line with your shoulder. As we progress in this pose, and you want to go deeper, you'll reach your arm up at a high V. So either at a T, or like at a Y or a V shape. So we'll start off at T shape. Right hand comes in next to your right pectoral area. We're going to lift the right leg, bend your knee, and step your right foot over to the left side. Your head will hang here. It'll either touch the ground, and if it doesn't, you can slide a blanket or a pillow underneath your head to support your head. Your right hand is in front of your chest, kind of just pushing you back onto your left shoulder here as we open the left lung, left shoulder, left pectoral muscle, deep into the fascia. All yin poses are held for 2 minutes. Minimum of 2 minutes, up to 5, sometimes even 10 minutes. Then when you begin to deepen, your right hand can slide underneath your left waist. If you want to go deeper, you can even try to reach back and interlace your fingers. So sometimes you have to like lower this left hand and then just pull back. You can even bend your left knee. That'll add a little bit more pressure on your left shoulder. So do whatever feels best for you. You can also take your arm up at a higher V here if that feels good in your shoulder joint. This pose offers a gentle twist in your lower back. And a little opening in the psoas, the right psoas underneath the right hip, up into your right quad. And 3 more breaths here. After your third breath, we'll come back onto the belly nice and slow. Turn your head, right cheek rests on the ground, right arm reaches out to a T behind you, left hand in line with your left chest, left leg lifts, bend your knee, and slowly step your left foot back over to the right side of your mat. So this left hand gently just pushes you back more onto your right shoulder, which emphasizes a deeper stretch in the right lung, right pectoral. You can bend this right knee as you scoot your hips over to the right more. Option to reach the left hand back, interlace your fingers, or just slide your hand underneath your right waist. And again, one shoulder, the left shoulder is not the same as the right shoulder. Maybe you sleep more on one side, and so the other one shoulder is more crunched than the other one. And we've already been here for 1 minute, so 1 minute more. Deep breathing, unclenching your jaw, softening your tongue, your whole face. Space in between the eyebrows, your cheeks, the sides of your neck. All the way down the body, just letting go. Breathing in to create more space. And breathing out, allowing your body to soften into the space and stillness. One more breath here. And we'll slide the right leg back. Return the left hand and very slowly and gently making your way back onto your belly. And hands overlap, or you can make a diamond shape with your hands. I'll show you here as you continue to lay on your belly. So just making a diamond like this, resting your diamond shape down on the ground. It's like the opening of a massage table, and then the head rests. Lifting your head. Here I'm going to show you something that you can do. I'm not sure what state you're in with your lungs. This might create more coughing, but it's good to cleanse the lungs. So we'll slide the left arm over to the right, the right arm over to the left. So you're creating a crisscross. X marks the spot with the arms, palms face up towards the ceiling or the sky. You can curl your toes back behind you and just kind of caterpillar your body weight up over your arms. So we're compressing into the lung meridian here and relaxing your head down, the forehead down onto the ground. You can also put a pillow underneath your forehead or a block or something if you need it so that you're not choking yourself here in the pose. So 2 minutes here. Keep the eyes closed. Again, this compression might cause coughing. It might not feel good right now, and that's okay. Don't do it. It's just here for you whenever you need some shoulder stretch. If you're feeling tension behind the shoulder blades or wanting to cleanse the lungs. We have 1 more minute here together. You might feel tingly sensations in your hands, your fingers, your shoulders, and that's completely normal here. Very deep stretch into the ligaments, the tendons, into the fascia. Very important to keep the breath moving into the body. Breath is the key to the whole yoga practice. It's the master of the practice. It's what gets you into yourself, in and down into your body, calming your thoughts, calming the heartbeat. And then we'll slowly lift the head and just slowly unravel the arms, coming back. And then over to the other side. So now we'll start with I just forgot which one goes on top. Here we go. So now the left arm is in front, the right arm is behind, palms facing up. You want to make sure both shoulders are level. You're not leaning more over to one side. Option to use your toes to kind of caterpillar yourself, your body up over your arms. Rest your head down. We'll be here for 2 minutes on this side, compressing into the lung meridians, opening up through the back of the lungs, compressing the front of the lungs. One more minute together. Slowly lifting up your head, going on back to Sphinx pose and onto your back. You're going to have a pillow or some blocks over by your side. I'll just start with a bolster. You're laying all the way down onto your back now. We're going to open the arms out to a T, have your bolster over here to the left side of your body. We're going to pick the knees up, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, just lay your legs over here onto the bolster. If you feel like you want to take this into a deeper twist, then maybe get rid of the bolster and the block. Make sure that your right shoulder stays on the ground here. Very important, the back of the right shoulder blade stays on the ground. You can even reach your right arm up parallel to your right ear. So whatever variation feels better for you in your chest and your lung area. So it's either at a T or up at an I in line with the right ear. So 2 minutes here, wringing out the spine. This helps support a healthy spine and spinal fluid. Wringing out the spine like this gets rid of negative emotional energy in the stomach area, which is where we all tend to carry dis-ease. This is where we feel uncomfortable. We get that gut feeling. It's right here in this region that we're wringing out. You can also place your left hand on top of your right outer thigh to take it a little bit deeper into the right kidney area, the right hip, right lower back. One more deep breath here. On the exhale, we'll slowly just lift the knees back up. You can hug them in if you want to give yourself a nice little squeeze. And then move your bolster blocks all the way over to the other side. I have a block over here just to start off with, and lowering your knees all the way over to the right now. Keeping that left shoulder on the ground. And maybe releasing your block or bolster or pillow if you want to take it deeper. Right hand can rest on your left outer thigh or knee. Taking this time to enjoy the last few moments of the yoga practice here, just replenishing the body with your breath. More oxygen into your body. More space being created. Cleaning out your body with your breath and with these poses, detoxing. And gently releasing, coming all the way back up. Giving yourself another hug. You can take happy baby, grabbing onto your feet, pulling your feet up parallel to the ceiling, and just rocking from side to side across your spine. Extended happy baby or as legs straight out. You can even keep one bent and then switch back and forth. Even just smiling here promotes contentment and a feeling of joy in the body, which is needed when we're feeling sick because it makes us feel depressed. So just smiling helps invigorate your spirit. You can also bring your legs up like this, rest them all the way up against a wall. If you want to do this for your final pose. So legs up the wall is one option here. Really good to do right before you go to sleep. This helps clean out the inside of the body, very nurturing. It's called waterfall pose in Yin, also known as legs up the wall. This helps nurture your heart and your brain. So highly recommend this. But you can also lay down completely flat or with a prop. So I'll show you another variation that you can do to release any tension you might be experiencing in your lower back. It's to kind of create a bolster table, blocks up high, and then putting a bolster up like this, scooting up and resting your calves, your knee joints up onto the bolster. You want your legs to open out, so toes out, knees roll open, palms face up like this. So this is another option for resting. And then another variation is the full resting position with just your legs out. You don't even need the bolster and the blocks. Some people like to put a block underneath their head. Just a gentle tilt of the head, especially when you're congested, to help open up the nasal passage. So putting a block, the very edge of the block up underneath the occipital ridge. You can do this with legs up the wall or resting in Shavasana, the final pose. And you can even kind of roll your head from side to side and give yourself a cranial massage, really relaxing and soothing for your nervous system. Wherever you are, take a deep, full breath in. Open your mouth and just let it all come out. Breathe in and expand your belly out like a balloon. Open your mouth and let it all come out. Let's rest here, eyes closed, for 2 minutes in complete silence. Give yourself permission. I give you permission to do nothing and to be completely still. You can set a timer for 10 minutes if you wanted to and just continue resting here. If you're ready to end the practice, we'll go ahead and reawaken the body. Deeper breathing. Wiggling your fingers, your toes, circling your hands and your feet. Big stretch, pointing your toes, arms reach over your head, and then hug your knees into your chest and rock from side to side. You can rub the soles of your feet together here. Rub your hands together, and then rub the tip of your tongue up against the roof of your mouth. And this awakens all the energy channels of the body. We'll then roll over onto your side and come into a fetal position. Just taking this moment to feel what you're grateful for in your life today. And slowly push yourself up. Keep your eyes closed, and we'll come and end this practice back in a breathing meditation. Options here as you sit or continue laying down if you need to, palms face up to receive the energy of this pranayama breathwork exercise, kumbhaka. So at the beginning of the practice, we focused on breath retention after the inhale. Now we'll focus on breath retention, holding the breath after the exhale. You'll feel a constriction in the throat as you literally hold the breath in once the breath is completely out of the body. So we'll just start 3 cleansing breaths. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathe in. And again. We'll begin 4 counts in, 4 counts out, 4 count hold. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and out 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit longer on the hold. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and out 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4, and now hold 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now just breathe. Notice how breathing affects your body, your mood, your mind. Notice how this whole practice has changed your mind and your body since we first started. In yoga, there's many seals of energy. We seal the eyes closed to lock the energy of vision inward. We seal the lips to lock the breath, the prana inward. We end by sealing the hands together in a prayer position in front of the heart, locking the energies of the body together, the feminine and the masculine, the right and the left side of the bodies in front of the heart. And we just take a moment to bow into the heart, telling and giving thanks to the body for everything that it just did and everything you're able to do, thanking your breath, your beautiful breath for breathing, keeping you alive, filled with life, force, loving, giving energy. And then we bow all the way forward, sealing within the whole energy of this practice. We say together, Namaste, and that means that I acknowledge and honor the light within you. You honor and acknowledge the light within me. Namaste. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed this practice. Let me know if you have any questions. You can text me. I hope you enjoy the playlist that I send as well. It's nice to listen to some singing bowls, healing music while you practice. I hope you feel better, and sending you lots of healing vibes your way. Thank you, Nicole. Bye.